What's up, football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today.
First, let's take a look at some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. And for Seattle, it's a series of don'ts. You don't want to press to feature Jimmy Graham. I know he's your new target, your new shiny toy. Don't break who you are as an offense fundamentally by trying to force the football to number 88. You don't want to let the Rams get the edge offensively. They do a great job running the football out of those double tight end sets, and if you allow them to get the edge, they'll run all day on you. And you don't want to allow Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle, to live in the backfield. Interior pressure kills any type of offense, especially the type of offense that Seattle runs, and if they can't block Donald up front, they'll struggle in this game. Moving on to the Rams in this ball game, owning the special teams will be key for this team to come away victorious. I think both squads honestly have great special teams units from a coverage perspective and from a return perspective, but if I'm the Rams, I'm focusing on kicking, punting, and also how they return the football, giving themselves a half a field. And I would move the pocket for Nick Foles. I think Foles is going to see a lot of pressure coming downhill from the Seahawks defense. You want to get him on the move with those half rollouts, those waggles, change up those launch pad spots so that way the passing game can have some success. And I think the Rams have to win the perimeter game. They have to win those individual battles on the flanks on both sides of the ball. The corners have to win those one-on-one matchups versus the Seahawks receivers. And on the offensive side, I think the Rams can spread the field and force the Seahawks' depth to be exposed. I think that's where they also have to win those individual battles on the flanks if they want to be successful. The biggest X factor in this game, I believe, for the Seahawks will be the play of their offensive line. They face quite possibly the toughest and most active defensive front four in the NFL. And if they can't have success, guess what? That offense won't have success not only in the running game, but also in the passing department. So that offensive line, I think, of Seattle, that rebuilt offensive line, has to bring their A game versus St. Louis. And the biggest X factor for the Rams, I believe, is their receiving core with their passing game. I think when you look at the personnel of the Rams, pound for pound, they have some great talent from receivers to tight ends, and they're facing a secondary. Yes, it's the Legion of Boom, but they're facing a secondary in Seattle without Cam Chancellor, so that weakens them a little bit. And if they go 3, 4, sometimes empty sets, I think they can take advantage of those individual matchups in the slot or on the outside. So I would look at that receiving core with those tight ends and receivers being a huge aspect of this game. If they can get that passing game rolling, Seattle could be in trouble. I like Seattle in this ball game. I think this one will ultimately come down to who can run the football effectively. The Seahawks come in at full strength with Marshawn Lynch. The Rams come in limping a little bit, down to Benny Cunningham possibly, and he's not Trey Mason, he's not Ty Gurley, and I think that's going to force St. Louis into a one-dimensional mold, which would play right into the hands of that Seahawks pass rush and force some errant throws and get those 3 and outs and put that Seahawks offense back on the field. So I see a close game, but I see one that's going to be won by the ground game of Seattle. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Seahawks fan forums and Ram fan forums for always showing football game plan support.